Live from Jeru Radio in New York, this is the Kishroni Hour, and I am Oishi Grunfeld here with Nisim, and thank you, Nisim. And we have a special guest in studio. Well, that's going to be after I ask the questions. You know our motto, no talent rejected. We are looking for child reporters. Now, if you are a child who wants to report the news or anything, and we are waiting to listen, so you can call 712-432-4217 to listen. You can text us at 347-927-8398 or call us 718-683-5858. Now, I asked a few questions, 2 questions to be exact, last week. Why did Paro want the boys killed by water? Because he hoped to escape Hashem's punishment, because Hashem promised never to bring a flood. And also his astrologers, his stargazers, his people who looked at the stars saw that the Yiddish Redeemer, the person who's going to take the Yidden out of Mitzrayim, would be through water. But what they didn't know is that that was a totally different story and a different case. How old was Moshe when he went out to go with his people, to go interview with his people, to look around Mitzrayim? He was 20 years old. This week's parsha question: why did the frogs affect Paro's house first? Well, we want to know, why was Paro affected first? Why not let's say, the prime minister of Egypt then? Why did Moshe daven only after leaving the city? Why did he not pray in the city? Why did he have to leave the city? If you know the answer, you can text it into me at 347-927-3279. And you'll be into a raffle for a nice prize, for a Naki radio, for a few other prizes with most of the music. And you can send all your Mazel Tov wishes and everything. And yeah. Mazel Tov to the Luz family on the wedding that you had this week. Anyways, no junior reporters. Please be mispalo for Alexander Zisha Ben Eliezer, still needs the refuah. And yes, tonight we will talk to Elimelech Adler. And well, first I want to discuss what is Shavavim. This few weeks, Shemos, vaera, bo, shalach, Yeshua, and Mishpatim are called Shavavim. And what is Shavavim? The end of the month of Teves, it's the start of Shavavim. Shavavim is a Hebrew word. It's for 6 parshas. These are Shemos, vaera, bo, shalach, Yeshua, and Mishpatim. During a leap year, one sees the reference to an 8-week called Shavavim Tat, meaning you're going to have extra by adding 2 Teruma and Tetzava. Another thing is to Shavavim is we see in Yerbia Shuvu Rabba Mishavasechem Shuvim, return your children. It's also, some people are noyeg to fast for their sins. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to speak to Elimelech Adler. Well, Elimelech, I noticed, what is that instrument? First of all, the instruments, Elimelech is holding a guitar, I believe, and a harmonica. For those of you who can see him, Elimelech Adler is a person who plays guitar with his hand, and he plays harmonica with his mouth. So, yeah, we're going to hear some interesting music, and sit back, relax, and enjoy it.
All right, thanks for having me on. And we'll start off with a song I think most of the listeners know, called Nigun Nevo from Shlomo Katz.
Wow, that's unbelievable music.
Thank you.
Elimelech, how did you start playing guitar and harmonica? I know this is questions I usually ask.
That's certainly a loaded question. How did I get started on guitar and harmonica? Well, I think each one got started separately. The disclaimer here: parents, don't get mad if by what I'm about to say. But in 8th grade, there was an incident where I had to stay home. I think that's the nice way to say it. I had to stay home from yeshiva for about a week. And my mother said, well, you're going to be home for a week. I hope you do something productive. And that was an order. That wasn't the wish. So I said, okay, I'm going to learn guitar. We had a few guitars lying around the house. Baruch Hashem, I'm very blessed that I grew up in a house where it was very musical. My mother is quite talented, plays a number of musical instruments. I grew up with a piano. Piano actually was my first instrument. My mother sat me down, showing me, where to put my fingers when I was very little, probably before I was 3. And it seemed to have worked. So I was familiar with the music, and being home for a couple of days, I needed to do something productive. So I picked up one of the guitars lying around the house, and it kind of that took off from then. The other part, the harmonica, now that's a little more interesting. Back when I was in 10th grade, I think it was in 1993. So I went to the Hask concert. That year was Hask 6. Okay, that was a few years ago. And I saw Rabbi Baruch Shait. Rabbi Baruch Shait, the famous composer from Eretz Yisrael, originally from the Rabbi's Sons, that composed many of the songs that we sing. I saw him sing a song on stage that he had composed with a guitar and a harmonica. And I was amazed because I grew up music, and I couldn't believe it. That was so cool. So the next day, I went out to Norm's Music, which is actually not too far from here. Actually, it's closed down. It's not. I haven't lived in Brooklyn for a while, but yes, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not around anymore. I went to buy a harmonica, and I took a shirt hanger and unraveled the shirt hanger and kind of twisted it around the side of the harmonica and set it up to try and play the song. Little did I know that Rabbi Che was using a very harmonica, so it was impossible to play the song that he was playing. I was going out of my mind. How in the world did he play that? But think of harmonica like this. For those of you who are familiar with a piano, most of you have seen a piano. You see the white keys and you see black keys. So imagine an instrument with just white keys and not all of them. Harmonicas are set up in a funny way to play certain types of songs. Harmonicas were invented in I think in 1826 is when they were first being sold, and they were made to play like German folk music. So it was set up to play certain notes, certain scales. Jewish music wasn't easy to play on them, but some songs came out nicely, and over time, I met people who played better than I did, and I asked them questions. And I met some other people who played better than I did, and I asked them some more questions. And slowly but surely, I was able to spend some time and get a little better. And that's really where we're holding now.
Wow, it's unbelievable. So you started when you were a young kid with guitar. It's unbelievable.
I started when I was young, but the truth is, can I debunk a myth? There is a myth that you either have it or you don't. Either you're musical and you can play, or you're not musical and forget about it. So that's not entirely true. I would say it certainly helps.
You can always train yourself, right?
Right, and more important than being talented, I hope everyone listening hears this, because this is the most important thing you'll hear from me tonight. Way more important than talent is effort. Way more important than talent is effort, because if you practice, if you put in the time to do and sometimes practice is hard, but it's kind of lahavdil when you learn. Even a smart kid a smart Talmud in yeshiva might know the Gemara right away, but the guy, the one who chazers a lot, he's the one that's going to know what the Rebbe taught. So music, lahavdil, it's the same thing. That even if it's easy in the beginning, but to get really good and to know it well,
I hear that.
You have to chazer.
I hear chazer. See that, boys and girls? It's as he said, Rabbi Elimelech Adler just said, it's never too late. You can still start your instrument even if you're 12 years old. Anyways, so what song are we playing now? What song are you gonna do now?
So what do you say? A fast song, a slow song?
Boys and girls, if you want a song, if you want to request a song, please text 347-927-8398. And Neesim is going to look at the text and allow us to know what song to be played. Anyways, play any song you want.
I'm gonna try a song now. Maybe I think a song that a lot of the kids listening know, and actually, I'm sure just about everybody knows this song. I think everybody knows at this point. Everybody knows the song Yadati, right? Right? I think everybody knows that. We'll try that. Okay. Whoa. Whoops.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, whoops. There's a crinkly wrapper over here.
Yeah, that's my garbage.
Which wasn't helping the
It's helping
percussion.
It is helping the music.
In a very creative way. Yes.
Boys and girls, sing along. Without you, I shine. Wow. I actually have the lyrics right in front of me.
There you go.
It's too late. Let me ask. Let me ask you some question. Yeah, I'm just here behind the screen. That you're talking about. What you start very early to play, right?
Correct.
And you have
Yes.
any musical home? Your parents playing also?
Yes. So my mother plays guitar, accordion, a little bit of everything.
Okay.
She's the one that got me started, and I'm very thankful. My father is actually a very good balkaire and a very good bal tefillah as well. I also grew up in a shul. Another part, interestingly, I grew up in a shul in a shtibel called Karen Eire in Kensington.
Kensington, okay.
Where Rav Zisalt, Zol Gesundheit is the Rav. And I was very lucky to grow up in a shul where singing was very, very big part of the singing.
A lot of people don't like music, singing in
Oh my
shul.
goodness,
So,
I love it.
you know,
Oh, I listen. Obviously,
I
a
happen
5-hour
to like
davening is a
also,
little
yeah.
long, but but to sing the songs properly with hearts, with soul, with a geschmack, is so much of a part of what I enjoy, and part of making the davening so much more meaningful. When you sing a heartzig and niggin part of Hallel, it just lifts it up to a whole nother level. Actually, I take it back. For me, it lifts it up to a whole nother level. If you don't like it, you don't have to. There's no rule in the world. And as much as I love music, as much as other people do, some people don't. And that's okay. And that's okay. But
I don't know. I don't like to say some people don't. I think everybody like music. The question like this, which music and what
true.
it's something that I don't. I see that I don't see. I'm working with a lot of people. I'm working with people that from all different nations, different religious. I know that each one is a different music. Each one is different. The ears, and I want to tell you that I know we spoke about it a few times on Jerut, that since Jerut started and we put so much mixing up, in the beginning I used to go to get called, oh, Nissim, why you did so many Hasidic songs? Oh, Sid, Nissim, so many Sephardic songs. Oh, Nissim, so many Litvish songs, this. And
I
everybody
hear.
just was complaining. But now, in the time passing, and our ear starting getting used to a different melody, different tune, different mentality of music, and
That's very true.
it's more than get used. I know that if you sing, some people are giving some Eastern music like Sephardic music. Oh, what is the and this and if you say
True.
to ask the Sephardic, what is about the Ashkenaz? Who's,
Yeah.
so this is something and I'm telling you from experience, because we and I know that our ears, and especially in Brooklyn, and I spoke with Yaakov Shweki about it, that he wouldn't dare to take to do a CD only in Sephardic in the beginning, when he started.
Right. And now he has
But
one.
1 year, yes, after we just giving, the people starting and getting used to this tone and type of music. Some people, I know that some people was very impatient to listen to this, and even to my accent and to my English. But now everybody get used to it.
Listen, you have a very good point. We often get used to the things we're very familiar with. So we grew up with a certain type of music, and we say that's good, and the other type of music that he didn't grow up with, that's bad. And the truth is, the people grew up with the other type of music, they're thinking that's what's good, and the music that I'm familiar with, that's bad. And the truth is music, and sometimes we need to expand our ability to. It's like someone who eats, the same food every day for breakfast, lunch, and supper. They like it, but there's other food out there, rabbis say. There's other foods you don't have to like them, but like your mother said, try it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you might like it, and then it's a new experience. So with music as well, we grow up listening. I know certain ages in our community, they like certain types of music, but I don't say as you get older, but as you listen to more, you realize there's complexity and there's depth, and there's such a geschmack in more than one style of music.
It's like I know that we're talking about, for example, just as the oldest cannot stand it, but the new so-called Jewish rap, okay, like Anisim and all the other singers, and people are very upset about it, and we talk about it very much on our shows, and especially with Elchanan and Eolika about it, and we said this, and Barry Weber was here and really discussed what is coming from your art, and what is bring you back, more closely spiritual
Exactly.
to Avinu Shebashamayim, because when you just connect yourself and the lyric and all together is making the shidduch good,
Exactly.
it doesn't matter.
Music is a form of expression. This is very important. And me as a musician, I know that when I go a few days without playing music, I feel different. Music allows me to express myself. And all the different forms of creativity is a way for a person to express themselves and to express really what's in their neshama. My father-in-law is a well-known artist. My father-in-law is Rabbi Yonah Weinrib. He's a Talmud Chacham, and his art is full of Torah. He told me he was meeting with one of the Gedolim in Eretz Yisrael, and I can't say his name, as you'll see why. He told my father-in-law, he says, you should know, I'm also an artist, and I paint. My father-in-law asked if he can see it. He says, I can't show you because it reveals my inside, and it's a very private thing. He paints because it's something that he needs to do for himself to express. If I told you the name, I think everyone listening would know this name. Certainly the parents. He's not someone a left wing or with very different, very very mainstream hashkafas, but it's part of who he is, and our creative expression. I saw this beautiful story. Oh, this is gavaldik. It's not music, but this is part of the music thing.
Story, I'm all for it.
I love it. There was a speech. I don't remember the darshan, the person who was speaking. It was in Yiddish. I apologize if someone knows who it is. Please let us know. He was telling a story about the artist Mati Heller from Eretz Yisrael. Did you see a story, Moshe? You saw a story?
I didn't see any story.
He's telling a story about this artist Mati Heller from Eretz Yisrael, a very well-known cartoonist and artist who was going around to different camps and
I
doing
know
these
he
art
went
shows.
to different camps. Yes, that I know.
He went to different camps to do these art shows, and there was a Hasidic boy who had loved his art, who had a very very good artistic talent, who was so excited to see this Mati Heller, and he wanted to show him, this is the art. Can you advise me? Maybe you can help me, give me some advice. Mati said he saw that this boy was very talented, and he saw it was not much part of him. So he gave him a few tips. I want to tell you a few secrets of how to take the art that you have and to bring out what you're trying to do with the art. I'm going to give you more tools to be more expressive. The boy was super excited. Imagine Mati Heller, the famous artist, gave me special tips on how to be an artist.
Unbelievable.
A few days later, maybe a little after the summer, I didn't get the whole story. Mati gets a call. Is this Mati Heller? He says, yeah. He says, what's the big deal? Why are you dragging my son a cup? Why are you making this nonsense? His art. He says, he's supposed to be learning. What's with the art? That's enough with the nonsense. And Mati didn't know I'm sorry, I didn't know. Your father was really mad. Fast forward a few months later, Mati gets another call. Oh, is this Mati Heller? Maybe you don't remember me. I called a few months ago. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not taking. No, you have no idea what you did for my son. You have no idea.
Right, a little bit takes
You
a
have no
long
idea.
way.
Listen to this. He says he was struggling in learning, and for some reason, once he started drawing, he actually started learning better. I never would have believed it. He says because the boy had the Yishuv Das, he was able to. He felt like he was being crushed. He knew he had this ability to express himself, but he just didn't know how to. So imagine feeling sad, but not having someone to tell that you're sad to. Or imagine if you have a really good joke and you want to tell somebody, but everyone around you speaks another language. Imagine that. You feel stuck. With music, it's the same thing. You have this music inside of you. You have to let it. The Gemara says, the Gemara dashens, Kabed Hashem mehaincha. The pasuk says you should honor Hashem from your treasure, from your wealth. And the Gemara says, megraincha, from your throat. If you have a nice voice, you should use it to sing to Hashem.
What about ventriloquism? No,
that's it. That too, megraincha for sure. That's
That's coming from your throat.
I'm sure you can say. In a B'derech Jewish, you can say pshat in the Gemara that way. If you have a way to bring out a talent to be mekadesh Shem Shemayim, everyone has something special, even if it's not music.
That's again. I'll talk my own experience. I graduate one of a university and of art and design, and I remember myself. I didn't understand in art basically nothing. That's how I was creative, but as a painting, I never understood nothing. And I had to do the examen over there, and they told me to draw something, and I draw something. It looked like a 5 years old kid drawing. And then it started questioning me about the drawing, and I commented what kind of lines and what is line. And I find myself suddenly discover basically a new world that you can express yourself through the pencil, so that to the brush, through the. And I'm telling you, when I was, I don't have time now, but when I had time, and when I was like edgy or nervous, I used to take the canvas and basically drawing different pictures, and
Yeah.
this give you a lot of calming down. And I understand it that because this you spoke about the rabbi, that it's something that you can basically take out the guts from your inside and
Exactly.
express yourself inside, and that's why when we're talking about music and musician, and you can feel musician and music, a person that basically play or sing or create something from his guts inside, on person that is a technician, and it's a huge difference. This is something that I want you to elaborate about it, because technician, it's like we know we all many kids of so many people that we know. I don't say kids doesn't fake, but many adults can be and sitting and steigning and this, and in the end it doesn't come from the inside. And when it's coming from the inside, it's total different understanding, total different creation of your limud of the steigning. And this is what is all about. The talent kishroni hour. Kishroni hour is basically to raise and pull from our children the talent and something that is hiding in them, and you can find it with not a music, computer, whatever. It's just
Yeah.
it's a talent. Okay.
Okay. Let me tell you what I have a rule. And if you like to sing, even if you think deep down, I don't sing on key, I don't know how to sing, I'm giving you permission. Please sing. Sing. Just because the guy next, obviously don't sing too loud next to a person who doesn't want you to sing. But when you can, let yourself sing. It's between you and the Rabbeinu Shalom. If you like a song and you want to sing it, don't worry if you don't have a good voice. I promise you, that's not the part. Hashem's not doesn't care about that. But if you want to express it, if you feel like you need to sing, sing. If you want to draw. You don't have to show anybody. But if it's you, if it's the way you want to express yourself, then do it. My wife's grandmother, Shalom, Rebbitzin Isby, she started painting. I think she was in her 70s. She was a very talented artist. She had this talent inside of her, but she only was taught in her 70s how to do it. And she has some fabulous paintings.
Wow.
So one of them hanging in my house. 70s, Rabbi Zai.
You bought it here?
Unfortunately, I didn't
No,
bring it. It was
okay.
hard to show on the radio, but it's a real. Okay, we've been talking a lot. Maybe we'll do another
So
song.
what other song
Let's
you're
do
gonna
some
do?
Leviticus stuff. No,
What song is this?
listen. This is the niggin, the above of a niggin that everybody sings today.
Wow, unbelievable. Anyways, boys and girls, we're here with Elimelech Adler, and so he's playing with us guitar and harmonica. So those sounds you hear is a guitar and harmonica. So Elimelech, which song are we playing next?
Let's keep it Levidic.
Levidic, okay.
Sing with me. La 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 la. Hey, la 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. Did it oh, la 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. La 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 la. Oh, la 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 la. Dee la 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 la. Dee la 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 la.
Wow, oh, wow. Oh, that takes the voice out of me. Yeah. So now it's Elimelech Adler. He's live over here in studio in J-Root Radio Studios. If you want to request a song, please text in 347-927-8398 or call in with your request at 718-683-5858. And Elimelech, it's a pleasure. You're having such good songs over here.
Thank you.
And I recognize that last one was from Eitan Katz, right? That last one.
The last one. So I know he sings it. It's actually the Lubavitcher
It's
Niggin.
the Lubavitcher Niggin.
It's called the Niggin Talmidei Tzemach Tzedek, and the Gavaldik Niggin. That Niggin, I mean, as it became more and more popular, you started seeing it all over the place. It was Gavaldik. The so, oh, na na
Right, I remember
that note. Oh, it's just like you want to jump up
I
and
remember
scream.
Eitan Katz doing that. Actually, me and him, we saw each other many times. We learned to share Yosha with each other.
Speaking of Eitan Katz, what songs? Oh, okay. How about an Eitan Katz song?
Okay, that's fine with me. Well, which one are you doing?
Fast or slow? Let's see. Gotta dig down into my bucket of harmonicas over here because I have a bunch of them.
Yeah, what's the difference? Which type you use? I mean, is there different sounds in each of them, or?
Very good question. So, for those that, if you can, I'm going to try to show over here. This is just some of them. I have about, I think, 18 or 19 in here in both sides of the
18
cake.
and 19. Wow.
And I left some of the other ones at home. Actually, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot like children. Even if you have a lot, they're all special in their own different ways.
That's right.
They all have their own unique talents, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
To go back to what I said before, let's say about a harmonica being a piano with some of the white keys and none of the black keys. So if you want to play certain songs, you need certain keys.
Right.
So without getting too technical, so they're not all the same. Some of them have different notes and they're set up different ways to play certain songs.
So let's say A, E, G, I.
Well, some will be set up in some harmonicas where there's a G, I have an A, and some harmonicas where there's an A, I might have a G sharp.
Or C minor, right?
Yeah, some they're made to play different chords.
Right.
I don't want to get too technical. If anyone's curious, if I gave out my cell phone number, is it going to be bombarded?
I don't know.
Well, we'll try it. You're more than welcome to text or am I allowed to say WhatsApp? What's the rule here?
So you can, I guess you can text.
Text is the best way to do it.
I'm pretty sure text.
Yeah, yes. But
Text is the best way to do it. Okay, text 973
973
666
666
2467.
2467.
If you have a question about the harmonica, or you can email me. It's also good. No, email's okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go
Email
ahead.
Elimelech Adler, ELIMELECHADLER.
Yes, and I'll
Elimelech
repeat it
Adler.
at the end of the show. So
Yeah, you'll get.
for those who don't know it, well, I'm going to repeat it at the end of the show. And then his number is 973-666-2467. And
Elimelech Adler at Gmail. You can email me, and
Elimelech Adler at Gmail.
I can't. I might not be able to get to it right away. I'm sorry, but if you have questions about harmonica, you wouldn't be the first person to
And yes, if you
email
want
me
to
out of the blue. It's fine.
If you want to request a song right now, you can call 718-683-5858 and to listen 712-432-4217.
So we said maybe an Eitan Cat song.
Yeah. You tell me which song you're playing.
Let's try. It's Thursday, right?
It's a Thursday night.
Today's Thursday, so let's try a Thursday song. How'd you know?
I know Eitan Cats very well.
Oh well. Okay, let's try to do that. That's actually a little more difficult with the harmonica, especially when you don't hold it. Believe it or not, even though you only really need your mouth to play it, it helps if you hold it. It helps a lot because it can be because these holes are so small.
Yeah,
you really have to get a precise movement.
So how are you gonna play guitar, and?
Well, I'll try. You have to.
All right.
Munam b'tachin. That's it. Shabbos v'koyrei oinek Yismechu b'malchuscha Yismechu b'malchuscha Shoyrei Shabbos v'koyrei oinek V'koyrei oinek Dei-dei-doi-lai Shabbos kodesh ay ay Shabbos kodesh ay ay Shabbos kodesh Shabbos Shabbos kodesh Shabbos kodesh ay ay Shabbos kodesh ay
Boys and girls, sing along. Adults also, sing along. Labor Day.
1 second. This is the sing along. Everybody has to sing along. 1, 2, 3. I did it. Ay ay. Shabbos kodesh. Ay ay. Shabbos kodesh. Ay ay ay. Shabbos kodesh. Shabbos Shabbos kodesh. Jump up and down. I know it's almost bedtime. Maybe not too much. But sing along. It's almost Shabbos. Rabbi say it's almost Shabbos. Lai, lai, Shabbos kodesh. Shabbos, Shabbos kodesh. Lai, lai, Shabbos kodesh. Ay, ay, ay. Shabbos kodesh. Ay, 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 ay. Shabbos kodesh. Shabbos, Shabbos kodesh.
Wow, oh boy. Whew. My voice is sore again. I gotta take another drink over here. I hope you brought water along.
Oh my goodness. Somewhere, yes. All right.
So which one was that? That was Eitan Katz.
I'm sorry.
Shabbos
I think it's
Kodesh.
Shlomo Katz. My mistake.
Shlomo Katz. Shabbos
That's
Kodesh. I'm
from
sorry.
the Katz Mishpacha.
I'm sorry, Eitan Katz. It wasn't your song. It was your brother's song.
But it's
Yeah. You guys are the same style, anyways. It doesn't make a difference. Oh, it doesn't make a difference because it's both different names, Shlomo and Eitan. Big shout out to you, Eitan and Shlomo Katz. Your songs are terrific. I've been to Eretz Yisrael and I heard many of Shlomo Katz's songs. And yes, here we have Elimelech Adler. And if you would like to request a song, 718-683-5858. We don't have too much to go on. We have another 15 minutes, so you better request your song now before time's run out. And yeah, go ahead, Elimelech.
I don't know. I realized I had one of these in my, actually more than one of these.
What is that?
So what is that? People are listening. That could be anything. It could be
Yeah, well, Elimelech Adler was just now playing guitar and he was playing his harmonica. He now pulled out some interesting instruments. We're gonna find out in a secondo what they are really.
So I have a few of these. Actually, I have more than a few of these, but that's another story. This is called an Irish tin whistle. And an Irish tin whistle looks like what we call a recorder or a chalil, but it's a little different. It sounds a little different.
That sounds cool. I like that sound.
And it's played a little differently. It's commonly used in like Irish music, but there's a lot of songs that they sound nice with.
This is also an Irish whistle.
Well, so interesting,
whistle, huh?
And that's the funny thing. This other one here, this actually I got from a guy who manufactures them in Hungary.
Okay.
Long story how I found them. I actually like the sound of the Irish tin whistle when they're made out of wood. So it's funny they're called tin, and they're both great instruments. They sound a little different. The wood one is a little more. It's like you feel the kishkis a little. It's a little more gutsy.
Okay.
But they're both great, and it sounds somewhat a little like a flute, a little like a. Something like that.
So what's the name of that?
It's called an Irish tin whistle.
Irish tin whistle. So we're gonna hear a little bit of a song from an Irish tin whistle.
Now, with the Irish tin whistle, I can't play both at the same time as I
We're
play the
only
guitar.
gonna play
but
one
we can
thing
try.
at a time.
Yeah, because you need both hands to play this one.
So
Actually, there is one that's made to play with only one hand, but it's complicated. It's a little limited. Actually, has a hole by the thumb and
the hole on the
I
bottom.
think 2 or 3 holes over here, and you blow it a little differently. But this is real. If you want to play an instrument and your parents don't want to spend a lot of money on a keyboard because keyboards are expensive, an Irish tin whistle costs about $15, and they're fairly easy to learn as long as you don't. The trick is, one second, I'm going to give you the first lesson of Irish tin whistles. I wasn't even thinking about this, but if you're going to get one, again, they're pretty easy to play. Don't blow your guts out. You don't have to blow hard. You blow soft. You don't have to blow, because you blow hard, it's going to squeak, and your mother's going to stick her fingers in your ears and tell you to put it away and save it for Kriyas Megillah by Haman. Haman. That's what you don't want that.
Is that what you do?
Actually, one year, it's funny you ask. One year, I brought a drum cymbal to shul. I think it was a mistake. No, not the whole set, just the cymbal. I was a little too excited. I don't think it was. I don't think the guy next to me liked it.
Excited is a good thing on perm.
Excited is good, but the guy next to me wasn't too thrilled. I think I need to be a little more sensitive, so I haven't done it since. But that was when I was in 8th grade, 7th grade. It was a long time ago.
Right.
But so if you do bring a drum cymbal, you don't have to hit it that hard. It still makes a pretty geschmack noise.
Yeah, even without the big drum sets do make a lot of noise, and I would recommend people getting more guitars. I like guitars.
Guitars are good. These are actually pretty good. Listen.
Don't say it, because you know that each one is a talented.
Yes, some people have a real good feel for rhythm, and that's
I
really
knew
where they
Nissan was
express
gonna
themselves.
say something. I just had to say what I said.
Now, the electronic drum sets are very expensive. That's really the truth. They're not. The good ones are very expensive. But even the ones that are not expensive, there are always options. Right, both sides. There's always an instrument that you can learn on. The trick is also you want to make sure you get lessons. Don't learn the drums by yourself unless you already know how to play. It's very hard. That's the truth. Also, once we're talking about music, it's hard. It's very hard to learn on your own. If you have someone to teach you, it always helps.
Yeah.
you need someone to guide you because you can pick up bad habits. I know people play the saxophone like this out of the side of their mouth. It's actually not. It's actually
You know what? That
counterproductive.
reminds me of a shofar.
Yeah, a shofar. Well, a shofar you can do. A trumpet also. Actually, I had the schus of getting a trumpet lesson from Rav Mordechai Dolinsky in Eretz Yisrael about 20-something years ago. It was mashgiach in Torah for many years. A big tzaddik, a big, wonderful man. And
I think I remember him.
oh, is it you learned the Torah?
I didn't learn in Torah.
So
I
remember
learned
Mordechai?
in.
He used to have these kumsitz in his house, and he played a.
My brother-in-law told me about it. My brother-in-law learned in Moshav Beit Meyor.
Ah,
over there.
okay, sure. So Rav Dolinsky, he was very musical. Ooh, interesting. But that's if I go down what just popped up into my head, it would take us away from the story. So we'll leave that. We're going to leave that aside and go. But stick to what Rabbi Dolinsky
We're
did. I
gonna
remember
leave that thing aside and let them text
he
you
told
about
me-
the other story.
Oh yeah, text me. I remember he gave me the trumpet lesson, and right away I instinctively put it to the side of my mouth. He said, "It's not a shofar, put it on the side of your mouth." And he was a very very talented musically, and we used to learn Nefesh HaChaim b'Chavrusa. It was a very special time. But every so often when I used to stop by his house, he used to give me a music lesson, and he taught me how to play trumpet. At least the first 5 notes on a trumpet. By the end of the first lesson, we were already playing a song.
Wow.
We were playing the above of a wedding march, da 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 da. Because it's not a complex song. And he had a second trumpet actually. He was playing harmony. It was a lot of fun. But yes, the trumpet you can't. But technically you could try a little bit, but you won't have the most control when it's in the center. It's symmetrical. Yeah, the pressure is the same on both sides of the mouthpiece. It makes it easier. But you can play songs. Irish tin whistles are good for some slow music.
Let me ask you, Elimelech, before you start.
Sure.
Are you available for hire?
Am I available for art? Yes, I am. I juggle a day job as well. So
You do
depending,
juggling.
yes,
Oh,
I don't juggle.
He doesn't juggle professional, but if you want a tiny drop of a juggling, then you could call Elimelech. And if you want to have some interesting music played with different instruments, you can. He's very instrumental over here.
Did
We
I tell
have
you
a
what
guitar.
my
Go
main
ahead.
instrument is? I'm not trying to be a guy over here, but it's just that maybe it's just the description of
A
who I
man
am.
of many instruments.
So my main instrument is actually keyboard and piano.
Well, keyboard, right? Everybody
my
starts
first-
off with
That's my
keyboard
first
and
instrument,
piano,
and I
most
still play a
people.
lot. And Baruch Hashem, I have a son also who plays as well. My son Michal.
Oh wow! So
Very
you could have
talented
brought him
keyboard
here.
player. Could have brought him here. He's a little busy today, but
Okay, all right.
Baruch Hashem, he
Next
went to
time you
yeshiva.
come, you can bring him. After all, it's
maybe,
a kid show.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, he does a lot. We do a lot of work together. We collaborate on some stuff, programming. He does a lot of the programming, a lot more than I
So in
do.
the near future, you can be hired.
Yeah,
Right?
people are more than welcome to reach out on my phone number.
You do one
I do one-man bands,
Oh
sure.
yeah, that's
sure,
very cool.
Sure.
That's
I live in Passaic, so I do some stuff there. I work in Muncie. I've done stuff in Lakewood. Truth is, wherever people call me, I love playing music. Rabbi say, so if someone wants, I get
So
called for
if you
guitar
have
type
a
stuff.
kumzitz on a Motzei Shabbos, if you want him for Sheva Brachas, you can reach him at 973-666. Correct me if I'm wrong. 83.
2-4.
Oh, I said it wrong again. I have it right here. 973-666-2467.
Yes,
And
973.
elimelechadler@gmail.com is
That's
his
it.
email address. And you can contact him, and he'll be happy to play music because he loves playing
I
music.
love it.
And he can have many different instruments. So he can have his little son. How old is your son?
Well, my son is 17. My son Michal's
17. Oh, okay.
So when he's available, so, we've done stuff together. We've definitely done stuff together. It was a lot of fun. Depending on the time, he has a busy schedule. But when it's feasible,
Mhm.
we make it
Wow.
work. My brother Avrami as well, actually, who lives in Staten Island. There's actually a clarinet player and a guitarist as well. So we're a
you
musical
come from
family.
a musical family. That's
Baruch
great.
Hashem. It definitely gives my parents a lot of nachas. When
Well,
we get together on Chalamoid, we'll get together. at the
You said
sukkah.
your inspiration started from when you were a kid, right? You were like, let's say, home for a week.
Well, that's how I started with the guitar.
Now, I'm not saying we're, sometimes a kid could be sent, not sent home, but sometimes you're home because you're not feeling well. And, sometimes when you're not well, children, when you're not well, this is very important. It's very good to play music because it keeps you in spirit.
The music makes a difference of day and night. It uplifts you. You just feel it in your neshama. I do. I know when I sometimes I'll sit down and just play music and sing. Just because. I'm not trying to get any better. I'm not trying to practice something new. I'm not trying to learn
Just
something
because
new.
you enjoy it.
Just because it's a way for my neshama is trying to say something.
Okay.
And I don't mean that in like some hippy dippy kind of way. It's the
Yeah.
truth. We have feelings inside of us that need to come out. And music is one of those ways. Music is definitely one of those ways. Do we have time for one more song?
We have time for one more song, and then after that, I'm gonna do my little advertising that I asked.
So I want to end actually with a song that's.
You have any little small boys like?
So my youngest son, well, my youngest son is 3. His name is Yehuda.
Okay, so then you can take a Perche card.
A Perche card, and then I have a son Chaim who's 7.
So you can have the Perche card. I'm giving it. It's actually this show might be on the Perche hotline coming up in maybe 2 weeks.
Right. So Rabbi Levy was on 2 weeks ago.
Rabbi Levy was on a few weeks ago, and it was my a big shout out, Rabbi Levy. You really did a phenomenal job, and people who want to reach Rabbi Levy. I reached Rabbi Levy because of the Siyam Mishnayos. Believe it or not, I have a big thing of Perche.
Oh, Rabbi Levy.
Yeah, and if you are a storyteller, Rabbi Levy would like to be contacted, but you have to be a Rabbi Erb style, making all those noises and stuff like that. Good vocal cords. Anyways, going back to music.
So this is a song, without getting into too many details, this song is actually very meaningful to me right now. It's with the words Kol Zman, Shana Shama B'Kirbi. So we say it every day. Kol Zman, all the time, then my neshama is in me. Moed ani lefanecha.
Is this Baruch Levine?
This, I think, is Mati Steinmetz.
Mati Steinmetz, okay, I won't know.
Maybe Baruch Levine also has one. It could be. Can't say no everything, but I'm pretty sure this is a Mati Steinmetz song. Kol Zman, Shan Shama B'Kirbi. 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 Moide ani, moide ani.
Anyways, yeah, that was Elimelech Adler. And Kinderlach, this is Elimelech Adler here tonight live, and made it very exciting. His number, if you want to call him, if you want to text him your questions, whatever question you may be on your mind about instruments. Do you give music lessons?
I generally don't give music lessons, but I do sometimes. Well, let me take that back. I don't officially give music lessons. I do. Sometimes people need a little bit of coaching. So I'll do maybe a 1 or 2 sessions to give them some guidance on harmonica, or a little bit of guitar, a little bit of keyboard, or some other instruments, or music in general. Sometimes people need some coaching, but not full formal lessons. But, especially harmonica, I know I've gotten a lot of questions because it's hard to understand if you can't see it. So more than welcome to reach out, and if we can work something out, I'm happy to help.
All right, and his number is Elimelech Adler's number is for hire. You can hire him to play many different instruments. Let's see, you play clarinet, right? You play clarinet a little bit. He plays clarinet.
Saxophone. Yeah.
He plays saxophone. He plays the Irish whistle. He plays guitar. He plays harmonica. And if you would like Elimelech Adler at your next simcha, you can contact him at 973-666-2467. That's 973-666-2467. Anyways,
just one more question. That what
Sure.
are you really a professional musician, or just
Yes, I do this.
yes, you're
I
doing for a living, right?
Well, I don't do this not during the day, but during the day, Baruch Hashem, I have the schus of working for a very chashuv maisid, help a very chashuv chesed maisid. But at night, I play music because I love it. I love it. I love playing, and I love seeing people dancing. I love people get into it. I love doing a kumsitz with boys if they're bar mitzvah. It's very elevating for me. I love it.
Okay, great.
okay. Anyways, I asked the two questions. Why did the frogs affect Paro's house first? Why did Moshe pray only after leaving the city? So these two questions, if you know the answer to these questions, why did Paro get affected first with the frogs? And why did Moshe leave the city before davening? Answer will be next week's show. Sponsorship and advertising is available. You can email me at new kishroni hour, NEWKISHRONIHOUR at gmail.com, or text me at 347-927-3279. This has been the Kishroni Hour. For official Shachters
The
next,
first Jewish
followed by
only radio
Simcha with
player
Simcha.
that's Naki Radio. You hear? Naki like in clean.